Have you wondered how at times you reach a point when two people can look at the exact same thing and see something totally different from one another? How can that happen? We are going to see a real life story that depicts the same. Folks, this is Sahila again with another topic that is raw, sensible, and uninhibited, opposite viewpoints. Whether it's politics involving two different electoral candidates or a couple who is in disagreement with one another, you will always reach a place where you don't know who is right and who is wrong. If you are the preceptor, then sometimes you will find it very hard or nearly impossible to claim who the winner is. There is a famous quote, "You have always the same view from your window. For different views, visit others' houses, and for different ideas, visit others' minds." Here is a real life story to illustrate the above. One of my close friend Rani, who I know since my kindergarten days, is still my close friend today. We often visit each other and share our joy and happiness like a family. Rani recently lost her mother and she was completely broke. She cried in grief for nearly a year and had gotten into drinking too because she missed her mother so much. She always said, quote, "My mother was my best friend, my caretaker, my biggest supporter, and my huge fan. I cannot imagine my life now without her. When she raised me, she always made me believe that I was worth everything, even during my toughest times. She supported me through thick and thin. In short, she's like a goddess to me. My marriage and my kids and everything in my life, I owe it to her. Even today, she comes in my dreams and blesses me often." I was mesmerized to see the love Rani had for her mother, and like most of you, even I thought that Rani's mother must be one of the best mother in this entire world. Another friend of mine, who is Priya, was a couple of years younger than me, but I have seen her closely from young age onwards, and she hardly spoke about her mother. Recently, upon my questioning, she shared her story. She said, quote, "My mother always wanted a boy baby, and since I was the second girl in my family, and since I was not as fair as my sister, she didn't feel like taking care of me. At the age of 3 months, she abandoned me at my grandmother's house, and I grew up there for almost 3 years, after which my neighbors and friends started asking why I'm being raised by my grandmother when my mother is still healthy and alive. Finally, my mom took pity and brought me home. I was initially very scared of my own parents and siblings. By then, I learned that I had a younger brother too, who was born after me, just like the way my mother always wanted a boy. I never received the love from any of my family members, not even my mother. I was told to cook and clean in my house and take care of my baby brother, and I was also asked to run errands. If I retaliated, then the reason I was given was that my sister was too fair and pretty, and she doesn't need to learn how to cook or clean because it would be easy to find a groom for her. My mother always believed that it was very difficult to find a suitable groom for me. My father never interfered much with these matters because ours was a patriarchal home. My brother was too young to comment or notice these differences. My sister was very pampered and enjoyed all the attention, but regardless, I loved my sister equally like the rest of the family members did. We all took care of her like a little flower. The only person who first took notice of me or showed any concern or interest in me was my boyfriend at the age of 21 years, who was also my current husband. I have never experienced any love before that age and didn't know why my mother never loved me like she loved my sister. Folks, I hope you have guessed by now that Rani and Priya are sisters from the same mother. While Rani views her mother as a goddess, Priya views her mother as completely non-existent in her life. How can two sisters who were born from the same mother have a completely opposite relationship with their mother? Assumption and lack of communication are the number one relationship killers today. We all perceive differently, even when raised in the same setting. We have to understand this basic logic before getting angry at someone for not believing what you believe. If two sisters have a different opinion on the same mother, how can one expect two political parties to agree on the same issue? On the same note, how can a couple think similarly just because they are married to each other? So let's agree to disagree and say, I respect yours and hope you respect mine. If only we respect each other's opinion, wouldn't the world we live in be a better and a safer place? Let's have a mind that is open to everything and attached to nothing. On the higher plateau, opportunities will start opening up to you because you begin to see different viewpoints. So next time when you argue with someone, remember that both of you can be right or both of you can be wrong. Sahila, dedicated to my friends Rani and Priya, who still remain as besties. If you have enjoyed watching this video, please share your comments and suggestions on Facebook and Instagram. So until next time, this is Sahila signing off. Bye.